I was just like, so where you go first? I just couldn't say you go first.
Where do I go first?
What's the routine?
Social media, that's right there. So I check the social medias, the DMs.
The followers, everything.
Honestly, I don't even go that deep into it.
No.
Like, I trust y'all.
Just a little freeze through.
Slow. Okay, to the left, to the right. Everything to keep that clean.
I tell you lies and it's just so toxic. You lie too. Girl, I don't love you. You know it's right when I say it's just you. But don't be mad, boo. I once believed too.
Welcome to Nailvana Travels, where the salon comes to you. From short to extra long custom gel sets, every detail is tailored just for you. Choose your shape: square, coffin, almond, stiletto, or anything in between. Got kids? No worries. Nailvana Travels is family friendly. Children are always welcome. Serving the DMV, Eastern Shore, and beyond. Nailvana Travels brings the full nail experience right to your house. Refer a friend and get a free set. Yes, I said free. Offer only valid through December 2025. Terms and conditions may apply.
First, let me make this clear. It's DNS Soldier.
And this is Robby Too Fast, and thank you for tuning into the Two Sides of the Heart podcast today. We got a special roundtable episode for y'all. Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to go around the table and introduce yourself, your name, your relationship status, and then we'll go into the first question. You can go ahead, start, bro.
YJ, AintUYj, you feel me? I'm back again, feel me? You feel me? I appreciate the love that I showed to the interview, you feel me? But relationship status, you feel me? Of course, taken, you feel me? Shout out to her.
What's going on, Trey? It's my first time. This, my guy right here. We got our pod and whatnot, but yeah, I'm married. Going on 3 years. So,
It's your girl, Lynn, and I am single. Been single for about 5 years now.
My name's Meg, and I just celebrated 14 years of marriage with my husband.
Wow. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
All right, so the first question, just a warm-up question. What's a hill you'll die on, no matter how unpopular it is? You need time to think?
What's a what?
What's a hill you'll die on, no matter how unpopular it is? So I'll go first while everybody think. So my hill to die on is you can't be in a relationship and be friends with your ex. I don't think that's possible. Not even in a group setting, not even, and there's certain circumstances, like if you had kids together, that's a whole totally different ball game. You're on your life for the rest of your life, unless you're deadbeat. But for the most part, that's understandable. But outside of that, I just don't think it's possible, nor will it fly for me and mine, that you're going to be in a relationship with me and a kikiing with your ex. It's not happening.
I feel that, I agree for the most part. Same here, I'm not with the friendly stuff like that, but I don't know. I agree though.
I honestly don't know, but as far as that, what you stated, when you say friends, do you mean conversation or when I see you, it's a hey, a hi and bye?
I think a hi and bye is okay. I don't think, I'm not crazy, so I think that's okay. I think more so confiding in each other the same way that you used to, or, going out to eat, or, if it's a group setting, I can't really control that, and I'm not that crazy, but, if you're like, oh, nah, we known each other for 10 years, and I know his mom, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know his mom, that's fine. I don't think that's something I'm okay with.
Nah, I agree. I don't play that. You feel me? I feel like, hey, I give you the freedom to do whatever you want to do, just not with me. You feel me? It's boundaries that come when you feel me with me. You feel me? I don't play none of that. You can do what you want to do. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Cause I'm like, hey, you got the freedom. Hey, God gave us all free will. You feel me? I'm not gonna stop you for whatever your heart really desire. Oh, come over here.
Yeah.
Lay down the law. So I agree though.
Does anybody have a hill they want to die on?
I'm overthinking.
There's a lot of stuff for real, honestly. There's a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of hills.
From like a financial standpoint,
Anything.
I think when you're married to somebody, there is no your money, my money. It's our money.
Yeah.
And I have, like, that's how my husband and I are. Like, whatever debt we have is our debt. Whatever we make financial decisions together. And I know people that they prefer to keep things separate, and that's it. But I feel like that kind of breeds like a two teams kind of.
Yeah.
Where like, are we married or not?
Yeah.
You know, so if you can't trust me to manage our money, or I can't trust you to manage our money, or talk about things that we need to buy or things that need to be done, what are we doing this for?
Yes, I agree.
I respect it.
I definitely agree.
Yeah, marriage is all in thing. So,
It is.
you know, it's compromise, but it's also like I grew up in the church, so like my mindset, like the way I was taught was a little bit different. So our mindset is that you become one. So everything is one, like your problems, you know what I mean? Yeah, everything, your love, everything come with it. So I do agree with that. I do.
Yeah, someone told me that a long time ago. She was basically like, if y'all can't come together on your finances and be one, it'll never work. And she was so right.
It makes it easier for people to hide things too. Because like, I will admit at Christmas time, like, we both get the credit card statements or bank statements. Like, I know if you bought me flowers for Valentine's Day, because we can both see it, and we kind of pretend we didn't see it, whatever. But I feel like, I've had close friends of mine discover that their husband had taken out multiple cards in their name, or their wife had taken out multiple cards in their name and defaulted on loans, or like you're blowing up, like you're spending tons of money on OnlyFans and stuff like that, like, or, you know, going and buying all kinds of things behind your spouse's back. And that's just, it's almost like being cheated on.
Yeah.
You know, like betrayed. And I feel like it just opens a door to a lot of bad stuff.
So then, from that standpoint, how do you trust somebody who that, like, the question I had before is, when does that start? Does that start the day that you get married? From when you're engaged, or when do you start practicing that? So then when you are married, it's kind of more of an easy thing to deal with.
My husband and I started like before we got married, because we got engaged when we've been together, and then we lived together for about a year, and then we got married. And I will admit that like it was a struggle, because I just wasn't used to having those conversations about money, and he kind of forced me to be like open about it. Like this is, we gotta manage this stuff together. So for a while it was a little bit tough, but now like we've kind of hit a groove, and we've built upon that to the point where not only do we manage our household finances together, like I'm a bookkeeper for my husband's business. So we have to talk constantly about like payroll, and we got to do this, or this truck needs to be fixed, and things like that. And it forces you to have tough conversations. Because it's just stuff that needs to be talked about. But I think it needs to start, like, it's one of those things that you need to talk about before you can get married to somebody. Like, do you want kids? How do you feel about finances? Like, those are conversations that you don't want to be 2-3 years down the road with somebody and then have them switch up on you. And then you're like, well, damn, what am I going to do now? You know? So.
Yeah. I think people skip the assessment part of the relationship. They just jump to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jump right to the bedroom and
Nobody has any other hills to die on. I guess we can have into the next, the first topic.
All right, so this one is logic versus emotion.
So I guess in a relationship, what would you say logic comes up, or is one more important than the other? Or when does it show up? How does it show up in your personal relationships? What do you value more?
I'm a logic. You feel me? I'm a logic for what I feel. Understand you need that balance. That's why I say you feel like me. You feel me? I'm logic, but me understanding my emotions help me connect with my girl. You feel me? Because she might be feeling a certain way. Me, I'm a problem solver. But with her, she like, I just wanted to vent. So it's like, man, I gotta, you feel me? I'm like, man, my mindset is, you feel me, like, yo, how we gonna fix this? Or you like, I just need to get this out. You feel me? So it's like, it's still something I'm understanding and learning, but you feel me, like me, but the logic, you feel me, like I feel like the man's supposed to be the logic at the end of the day, for real. Because you can't have two emotions. You feel me? It's gonna crash. You feel me? So, yeah,
you won't get nothing done like that. So I agree, definitely logic first, and it's like nothing wrong with feeling a way, but just not letting that like cloud your judgment or like, you know what I mean, overrule what gotta be done. So I think you still gotta go through your emotions. There's nothing wrong with being upset, you know what I mean, angry or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, we still gotta get this logic took care of.
Yeah, we gotta handle this. You feel me? Like they said, you feel me, you gotta write to your feelings, but your feelings don't mean you right. You feel me? At the end of the day, like, you feel me? So
I like that.
I like that too.
sure.
I definitely agree logic, but I feel like there needs to be a balance. It may be one emotional, one logic, because that always tends to work out when one is opposite from the other. But definitely logic. Because emotions can always take it to another level. You know, it's too much sometimes.
Way too much. Like why you don't go smash some tires? That don't make any sense.
Right.
You feel me?
Now you're gonna be mad when they're coming after you because you gotta pay for them. Like, what you touching this stuff for?
You feel me? Then there's so much come behind. You feel like the emotions, like people don't think about. You feel me? Like you go do this, now the consequence comes. You like, oh well, that don't matter. You feel me? Like, well, you still got lost. You feel me? It's still certain stuff that you can't do that's going on. So it's like you got to think. Like, yo, if I do this, am I able, or will I like what comes behind this? Will I be able to handle this? But they don't think that because their emotions take over, and now they like, they just blaming, you feel me? Now they just blaming the next person, even though the next person might have did something that made you want to do that. But at the end of the day, you feel me, like, you did that. You could have stopped yourself. You feel me? So it's like, nah, for me, I always think like, nah, I ain't even worth it.
Emotions change. Like, you might be mad now.
Yes, and that's what I was gonna say. I like to sleep on it. I started to do it and sleeping on it versus just acting out. Because tomorrow I'll probably wake up and be like, man, whatever. But yesterday I was ready to go ahead, you know? So I like to sleep on it now and then wake up and be like, all right, how do I feel today?
Yeah. I think that's something I need to implement, because I definitely was a person. It's like, now we can talk about this now and get it straight now, but a lot of the times your emotions are so high, you're not going to get anything solved. Like, nothing's going to get taken care of right now, especially because it gets to a point where in an argument, it goes from what you're talking about, and now you talking about something else that had nothing to do with the issue. So now you supposed to be focusing on the branch, but now it's all these, and you're supposed to be focusing on the root, but all these branches are now branching off from the root problem, because now you're talking about this, now you're talking about like my 6 toes, you talk about, you know, like all these things.
And that's what I always tell you. You feel like, yo, like, everything's always about the root. You feel me? It's never about like, oh, well, this, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, yo, how did this start? It's about, you feel me, like, yeah, some people be so far down the road. Right. That's why they can't change certain stuff, because they so far down the road that they can't even remember what was the root problem. Yeah. You feel me? You gotta know, you feel like, yo, what's the root problem so you can fix that. You feel me? Like, that's what really need to heal.
You cut the branches, but the roots still growing.
Still growing.
You know?
Sure.
And it's tough. You feel like it's tough once that joint start going crazy for you. Now you gotta get
too many branches.
Too many.
I'm sorry, I can't call you man. I gotta call you Ms. Ozman. So, Ms. Ozman, how do you deal with your emotions, especially like with your husband? And how was it at the beginning to now?
It's every day. And part of being a marriage, I'm learning it's every day. It's you're constantly just pushing yourself to grow, pushing them to grow, and like understand there's moments where this argument we're having, is it really about this thing, or is it about some other stuff that we've been putting off, and now this is the opportunity where it's really like come to a head, and then you have a problem, you know? Yeah. And so it's like I feel like as women, sometimes like emotion is what we go to first, whereas really training yourself to take a step back and be like, I need to understand like what's going on in the situation. Like it sounds dumb, but like when we first moved in our house, which was the house of my husband's grandfather, and we bought it from his aunt and everything. My husband's dad, his parents just split up. When it was his dad's weekend, he would pick him up from one side of the trap and drive him off and drop him off at his grandparents' house and be like, all right, I'll see you on Sunday. What's time to take back your mom's? Like, he just pushed off that responsibility. But Christmas was a big deal for my husband's grandparents, and they always had their Christmas tree in our front window. We moved in, and I like the Christmas tree like off in the corner. And he had made, like, next year, I really like it in the front window. That's where my mom always had it. And the next year, I put it back in the corner, not thinking, because I'm in my head thinking what looks best.
Right.
And we had this big argument about it. And I'm like, why is he making such a big deal about a damn Christmas tree? And then I was like, it's not about the Christmas tree. It's about he doesn't feel heard. And this was a really special, like, Christmas was not always a happy time in my husband's household. But at his grandparents' house, that was like his happy place. And they really worked hard to make up for it. And I was kind of inadvertently like taking that from him. So I very carefully put dish towels under the Christmas tree so it would scoot across the floor. And I moved the heifer from one side of the room to the other. I'm like, oh, don't break any ornaments. And every year now in front of that front window is where it goes, because I realize now how important that was to him. So it's tough to train yourself to put emotion second and like logic first.
Yeah. So does logic always need to come first, or are there moments where the emotions need to be addressed in order for the person to be able to see the logic?
Ooh,
That's tough.
that's tough. Sometimes in certain situations.
Yes.
It probably,
Where you can't help but get emotional first. You know?
yeah. And then emotional is the only way for the other person to see the logic.
That is tough. It's tough. I'm trying to think of a scenario
I know.
where I would put my emotion first and it work out for me. I mean, nothing against nobody else's opinion. I'm just stick with the logic. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like 9 times out of 10, if we get to an emotional place that this situation took us, I know I'm not going to be thinking as clear as possible, seeing as clear as possible. So my decision making might not be as good as it could be.
Right.
Once I get, to a place of calmness and I can really see, we can conversate, whether it's me being emotional or her being emotional. I think we gotta adjust the problem, and even if I gotta let you get your emotions out, that's cool. But we like both said, we both can't be emotional at the same time. It's just gonna spill over.
I know that's something I deal with. The one of the 3 biggest issues I have in my relationship now, back in the relationship, is like, she doesn't like when I say your feelings are facts, or 2 things can be true at the same time. And it's like, it can be true that I said this and this is how this made you feel. But it's also true that when I said this, that's not what I was meant when I was saying that. So then now we got to come to a head. She's like, well, no, that is what you meant, because that's how I felt. And it's like, well, are you taking the time to understand why I said this? What was going on? What was all the things in it? And I feel like that can be hard sometimes. Like you said, when you're going through your emotions, it's like, you don't want to hear none of that. I don't care why you did what you did. You did what you did and it hurt my feelings. So this is where we're at. Okay. So that's why I asked that question, because I feel like sometimes when I am talking to her, it's like, okay, so do I want to be right, or do I want to be able to let her say what she needs to say so that we can get to the part where she's able to comprehend and understand what I'm saying, because her mind is clear and she feels heard.
So basically you saying if you allow her to be emotional and get it out, then we can go and address the logic once she get her mind clear.
Yeah.
I can understand that, but also it gotta be some compromise, because you don't want that to be a recurring thing. Like every time we get to a situation, I gotta let you get this out on me. You feel me? Even though we know it ain't gotta go this far. So I think maybe in the beginning you could be like, maybe the first situation is like, okay, I'll let her get her rocks off, but after we come to, ahead, we can talk about it, but we gotta address that. Like we can't keep doing that. Because that's not gonna be healthy at the end of the day. And maybe that's how I see it.
I agree with that. For like in my relationship, I'm grateful for my relationship because she's the reason why I have what emotional intelligence I do. You know what I mean? Because
I was very disconnected from it. Like, I was very much logic 100% of the time. Even to the point where I was like, even emotions are logical. But not all emotions, but a lot of emotions are logical in a sense. If I slap the shit out of this nigga, right, he gonna get mad, right? It's a logical response. So that's how I started thinking about shit. Dealing with her showed me that sometimes emotion has no logic. Like, I could say something, and I didn't even say what you thought I said, and it's not even like it sounded like this or nothing like that. It's just, you heard what you wanted to hear. So now it's like, I'm mad at you for this, and it's like, why should I care? Because that's not the truth. I'm heavy on that, like, well, facts are facts. You feel how you want to feel? Womp womp. I ain't gonna lie. But being with her showed me, okay, like what Robby said, a lot of times I have to let her get her emotions out, or even, you know what, I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna let you be in your space. When you calm down, then we can talk about what's wrong. And I feel like that's probably what works best for me, because if not,
Well, no, I just thought of something. Maybe if you have the right emotion, maybe that could help with the logic.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people, when they get emotional, it might not be the right emotion.
Yeah, be the wrong.
You feel me? If somebody tell you something you don't like, but it's true, like, why get mad? What if you just understand? Is that emotion? Like, you know what I mean? Being understanding or being calm or being receptive to the information. Like, I don't think it has to be a negative emotion. So maybe if it's the right way you digest the information or the situation and just like, you know what, maybe you're right. That's logical. You know, so I guess that's, you know what I mean? It makes it even tougher answer to choose from.
Yeah, because it's all about the tone too. That can make it worse.
I'm bad about my tone. Or my face. Like, I have RBF so bad. And my husband's like, why do you always look like that? I'm like, it's the way my face is. It's hereditary. Look at all the women in my family. But it's working on tone and your expression can change everything.
Or even empathy, because like that's something I had to learn. Like, that's something like when we were trying to reconnect, she was like, you have no empathy for my feelings. Like, you don't take the time. So something I had to do was like, is there any way possible that somebody could feel like this at all? Even if I wouldn't react like this, because that's the first thing we do. Like, I wouldn't react like this, so why are you reacting like that? That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense. But something that I'm working on is like, is it possible at all that somebody can feel like that in this situation? If that's the case, then all right, I can run with that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it like that. I'm not gonna teach somebody to do it like that. But if you could, I could understand that, and I can kind of work with you on that a little bit.
It depends on what it is. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I might give you some space, and you know what, whatever. But certain things, it's like, yeah, no, you got me fucked up, and we gotta set this shit straight right now. Like, you can have your emotions. That's cool, fine and dandy. You can feel how you want to feel. Cool, fine and dandy. But it's really about how you act. You know what I mean? You could be mad, but if you still stay respectful while you upset, because that's what I try to do. Like, you can ask my girl, I've never yelled at her type shit. Like, because I don't like being yelled at. You know what I mean? So I keep that in the back of my mind. And second she start, okay, watch who you talking to. Like, why you talking to me like this? You feel me? Because I'm not talking to you like this. I feel like that also helps it level, because once you start raising your voice, now I'm raising my voice, you being smart, we're not
Like, nobody's listening, you know? And it's just, it's a mess. I agree.
Nah, that's real though. If you can stay within your character when you get upset, that say a lot about, you know what I mean, this relationship. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be like me, like, I get quiet. Like, you, so because like me and my wife, like, we both in this kind of the same when it comes to that. Like, if she get upset, she like, okay, and she'll walk away. She don't do the loud stuff, so I can deal with that because, all right, you just give me the solid treatment. And me, same way, like, she could tell, like, because I guess she would say, like, I be nonchalant when it comes to certain stuff, but that's my way of handling it. I'd rather take myself away from the situation and do it, not get out of character. So, like you were saying, like, that just came to my mind. If you could just stay within that respect lane, you know what I mean, I'll let you have your emotions.
For sure.
My girl, she just go to the ring. I'm getting on the game, man. You know what I mean? Like, I be like, yo, I just want it. Like, yo, chill, bro. I'm like, yo, why you still going? Like, come on, bro. You geeking, man. Just go on. You feel me? Like, cause she'll say something again, but then I say something again, and then she like, all right, but I'm not gonna say it the third time because I know you feel me. You feel me? But now I'm like, yo, she's like, all right. I'm going to the ring. But I'm a person that can get over stuff fast, so I can just be like 1 minute, 2 minutes later, I'm on the game. I just put the headset on. I'm like, let me go talk to her. You feel me? Then I'm like, yo, what's up? What's wrong? You feel me? What happened? You feel me? Like, that's just how I am. Like, she can hold stuff, like, but me, I don't stay mad because I'm like, why am I staying mad? You feel me? There's no reason for me to stay mad for real. You feel me? And I don't believe that. I don't like going to sleep mad. You feel me? I don't like that at all for real. That's
It'd be like, they go in the other room, who is love, mad or not? You know, they get from this other side. Because who's not coming to bed? Please.
It messes up my whole day. Like I can't function that. Like it's just really hard because now all I'm thinking about is what is you and what we talked about. It's like, and me and my girl, we agree. We don't even like arguing. It's just the fact that sometimes I say something she don't like it, and sometimes the way that you react. But honestly, I don't even like arguing with you because I'd rather be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially like seeing all the stuff that's going on. Like I don't got time to be arguing with you. Like I really don't. Like I got this podcast. You know what I mean? I work in mental health. I got to deal with these people. I got to deal with their mental health and your mental health. Like. I'll beat it. Like, man,
I am though. I'm gonna ask you what's wrong. You want to talk about it? Regardless, I'm not gonna be mad. if you be mad, that's on you. I'm like, yo, you like, man, what's wrong? You feel me? I'm trying to talk about it. You feel me? You ain't talking. All right, bet I'm going on the game, man. Yo, what we ready to do? You feel me? I'm good. You feel me? I'm not staying mad. I just don't believe in that for real. You feel me? Like, man, I be at peace. You ain't ready to my peace on. You feel me? I'm taking that down. I'm like, man, you good now? You feel me? I'm like, man, the game over with. Let me go check on her. You good now? All right, you on TikTok? All right, bet.
Something else though, I feel like it depends on what she's mad about. But like, let's say we're having a conversation, we're discussing something, and I end up, and it's something serious, you know what I mean? And I end up saying something that she didn't like. Not that I came at her or nothing, it just made her feelings, you know, the truth hurts sometimes.
Yeah.
And you get mad or upset. I have no problem addressing that, but we got to finish what we was talking about first. Yeah. We're not going to leave this conversation because now your feelings is hurt. Now we're going to worry about your feelings, and then we're not even going to talk about what was wrong in the first place. Mm-hmm. Now we're going to talk about what it was because 9 times out of 10, if I said it, there was a reason behind it. So let's talk about the reason why I said it. Not only the fact that your feelings is hurt. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it has to be a balance. We're not only going to focus on one thing. I'm okay with not focusing on all logic, because emotion is important. You know what I mean? At some point in time, it may not make sense, but it makes sense in your heart. You know what I mean? And then, like, you have a right to that, and I'm not just going to dismiss that. But at the same time, just because you have a right to that, it's like, that don't give you a right for everything else. You know, it's not a master key to open up all the other doors. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, we can handle that, but it got to be within an order or like a manner that's acceptable to both of us. You know what I mean?
Sometimes it's not even that serious. Sometimes she just hungry. You want some Chipotle, double rice? Okay.
Yeah, most times, man, I don't even know I'm serious for real. Honestly, for real. I mean, dumb stuff. I know how to make her talk though. All I do, you feel me, just try to go hug her. I'm like, nah, you. Nah, all right, bet now you ain't talk. You feel me? Nah, I don't know. Don't try to do that damn. Don't try to do that damn. Nah, you. All right, bet. My bad, yo. I ain't mean to. And you feel me? We good. You feel me? I'm back on the game.
Yeah. Red flag versus preference. Where's the line between that? Now you got it.
So I feel like.
So like, all right, a red flag, right? I'd say like me, I don't like my girl being friendly. You know what I mean? So like, to me, I could say that's a red flag, but it could really just be a preference because being friendly doesn't necessarily mean that's a red flag or that you're a bad person or that you were about to be doing whatever with, you know, whoever, you know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes just because something is not our preference, we look at it as a red flag and we automatically eliminate it. But really, it's not a red flag. Like, I feel like, personally, for me, like, something that's a red flag is a certain level of toxicness. You know what I mean? If you're that's not even a preference no more. It's like, okay, this is unhealthy. Like this is a red flag. But versus, me being like, I don't like someone who's friendly. Yeah, that's just my preference. Because here, you feel what you different people. I don't even like my girl talking to me. You know what I mean? Like, if my girl drops something and the nigga try to pick it up, I want to step on that nigga hand. Get out of here. But you know what?
It's crazy how similar you feel like red flag and preference is. Yeah, but I never realized that, because I'm a person, you feel me, like, that's a red flag to me, you feel me? But it's really a preference. It really is a preference, you feel me? Some people are like, bro, man, my girl can be cool with whoever. Nah, not me. You feel me? Nah, my preference, you feel me? Nah, that's a red flag to me, you feel me? You got, the security guard too? The DJ? Gosh, you feel me? You're every week, ain't you? Nah, I'm good.
See, like, for me, when I think of red flags and preference, I'm thinking like relationship or something like that. When you like decide to be with somebody, once you in a relationship, it ain't no red flags, ain't no more preferences. Like we already know what it is. So it's like, I think people make up their own definitions of red flags and preferences. It's just like my truth. Like you feel everybody got. It's basically my opinion. Yeah. So at the end of the day, like I say.
But some stuff be red flags.
So, some stuff
be like,
I think it should be a definition of a red flag, and that can still be your preference, but that's still a red flag. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. It's a weird world we live in. So
yeah.
So what are some things you feel like are red flags?
Okay, so for instance, say if me and a guy we talking. We communicating, but about 7 o'clock hit, I can't ever get in touch with him. No, he ain't texting back. But in the morning time, good morning. Between 7 and 1, because I know you ain't going to bed every night that early. So that's like red flag. Yeah. And that's not a preference. That's like, bruh, red flag. Yeah. Who you living with? So that's stuff like that. Yeah. But
that's definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
Every night 7 o'clock.
Cool, by the third night you gone. What are you talking about?
Unless you got a night shift and you can't be on your phone. Because if you could talk to me while you at work, why you can't talk to me when it's time for dinner?
Or if you reverse, you don't hear until 10 p.m. and then you get to 7 a.m.
Oh yeah, that's another red flag. Boy, I'm sleep.
Well, he worked the morning shift though. If he worked the night shift though, he sleep in the morning.
If he work night shift, then we can communicate at night. We can communicate at nighttime. That's different because we communicating while you're on the clock. And then if he's still communicating during the day with me, that's cool.
Yeah, I think red flags is like obvious though. Yeah. Like some people just choose to like
ignore them.
Yeah, ignore them. Exactly.
Just say it might be pink.
Yeah, like my eyes bad. So
it's burning.
Or they feel like they could turn that red flag into a white flag or a green flag. And it's like
you don't hear nothing about green flags. I think we talked about that before. Like it's a lot of red flags.
I mean, there's some green flags. A job.
Yeah.
Green flag. A 401k. Green flag. That's the green flag.
It's a few green flags, but there's a lot of red.
It's a lot of red
flags.
But do you feel like that's a generation, like the generation that we going through now? Because like back in the day, how things are now, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? And I might be a little older than some of them now. Old some of y'all are, but like when I was younger, like.
What do you attribute that to? Like, what do you think has changed that can make
like technology?
I'm with you.
Because my oldest children, they didn't really have the technology. So they went outside, they played. Yeah. My youngest one, she was born into technology and it's been the worst. Yeah. It's crazy. Technology.
Definitely.
I have a friend who's an attorney and I asked her one day, just off the cuff, she does divorces, her bread and butter. And I said, what a lot of couples that come through, like, what are some of the biggest things that led to their divorce. And she's like, girl, Snapchat. And she's like, Snapchat makes it so easy to have these conversations with people, and it just goes away. Or you can like hide, of course you got these streaks, but like, what if you create like a second Snap profile? Or phones in general make it so easy for people to hide stuff. So red flag for me would be if all of a sudden my husband was like, didn't want me to his phone, nothing like that, like, which he knows I don't play. I know there's no secret in my heart. We only have codes on our phone because our 2-year-old, he might as well get picked up by NSA for being like a code cracker. He loves trying to get in our phone, look at our camera roll, and get on like weather app or whatever. And we keep passcodes because we have to. But I know his and he knows mine. Right. But like if your spouse or your significant other like don't want you on their phone, takes it with them everywhere, red flag for me. No, what are you hiding? Who are you talking to that you don't want me to see?
I think the biggest red flag for me, and it's kind of half and half, because it's like if the first date has to be a like fuck with their child or a high-end restaurant, because, and don't get me wrong, like once you're mine, I'll take you there, but you gotta be mine. Like we gotta get to that point. Like let's get to know each other. Like let's build this relationship. Like, do I even like you? Do I like you? No, it's not $200 on you.
That's what I was up myself.
Yeah, I mean, but that's one of the red flags though. Like, sure.
If it's an expectation, like if you're like suggesting it, it's like okay, but if like nope, this what it got to be, or we can't talk. Well,
even the suggestion is a red flag. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'll just say from my experience, like with my wife, like she ain't never asked me for nothing. Even when we first started talking, like she just wanted to like kick it for real. Yeah. So like I got to know her before anything, and we just love each other company. So, and I just seen so many like relationships around me, like where it started with money, it started with lust, and that's usually how it ends, how it starts. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like that's why I said like she was just a green flag from the rip, and she gave me her phone and stuff like that. So I didn't ask, like I ain't that type. Like I'm real laid back. Like I want to see the real you, so I'm not gonna force you to show me who you is. It's not gonna happen. So just the energy I'm giving you, you just gonna have to be real. Yeah. And I was like, dang, like some red flags, she wasn't her fault. Like all the attention she was getting. So like how many people was hitting her up? Like in my mind, like, oh, that's a red flag, but you telling me, you showing me. So I'm like, okay, I might not want to see this, but I need to at the same time. Like, so I'm like, that's a green flag that many people don't get. Like, so yeah, like that's why I said like with the red flags and preferences, that seemed like a predetermined thing for me because I'm not dealing with them. So it's a lot of red flags for sure. Yeah. It's a lot. Yeah. The company you keep, who you be with, who you be with, like, and I know, I'm sorry, like, no disrespect to women, like, I know they don't like to hear, but even how you dress, like, that showed me a lot. That's just me. Yeah. That's just me. So, like, I ain't judging you or nothing like that, but I know when it comes to, like, who I'ma entertain or give any type of attention to, like the way you dress is going to tell me everything.
Because the dressing is deeper than just, also too, it's deeper than just how you dress. At the end of the day, you feel me, I'm your protector. So it's like, avoidance is big. So it's like you dressing, it's like, regardless, you feel me, men gonna be men. But also too, you feel like, yo, how you dress, you feel me, it attracts more or attracts less too at the same time for real. You feel me, like, I'm like, I don't want these dudes hounding you because you feel like you feel me, dress a certain way for real. You feel me, you very appealing to them for real. Yeah. So I'm like, you gotta, that's definitely real.
So what if you met her and this is how she dressed? Do you feel like she should change?
No, I don't change. I don't change. I don't, you feel me, I don't change no woman, you feel me, at all. Cause I don't believe that. I feel like you should be who you want to be at the end of the day. You feel me? Like, I'm not ready to change her. You feel me? Like, we could be cool because we might be better friends. You feel me? So, but I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna change you at all for I don't do that changing. Because eventually it might go back to it. Because that's who they are. They're like, man, it's boring. You feel me? I like looking like this. You feel me? I like looking like
It's trying to control me.
Yeah.
Because even my wife, like, she come to me, she like, this okay? I'm like, and sometimes I was like, man, it's up to you. It's just, I want to see how you play it. And then, but you know how to think. So eventually she just was like, okay, like, he not trying to control me. He not trying to, and she didn't really dress provocative or nothing like that to begin with. But you know, like.
She wanted to respect you.
Yeah, exactly. And just coming up, like, I mean, we young, like, dudes want to be like the older dudes, and some of the girls, they want to be like the other girls that they see. So they might dress a certain way just because they friends dressing like that. Everybody not the same. But once you get to a certain place of knowing who you are, you gotta decide for yourself. Like, am I going to put myself in the mix and expect people to treat me different, or am I just going, you know what I mean, go my own lane? So that's why I think like it's hard to find like nowadays because there's so many red flags. You don't know if somebody's just trying to fit in or if that's really them. So you know, like that's why I said like your company and you feel me, your mindset, like. Yeah, like those some flags for sure.
Yeah. Going back to the dressing thing, I think for me it's occasional because like you're not gonna see me with this chain on too many times, just for the camera. You know? But like I know my girl, like, it's like, she sometimes she shows a little bit less, but like she's going to an event or like a party where she models as well. So like I understand that sometimes you're trying to portray a certain look. So, versus if you going to the job interview in booty shorts, it's like,
What kind of job are you trying to get?
Yeah, so I think, but then she's also very mindful. Like sometimes she'll be like, that's a little bit too much for her. And also it's personal. Like, like you said, it's not really judging anybody. It's just for the person that I want, or even, like I'm saying, like it's occasional. Like I can understand certain things. Like I had a music video. I heard my shirt off, like, it's his fault, but like, but you're not gonna see me walking around all the time with, like, dressed in a certain way. It just depends on what's going on.
So all right. Just look, so I ain't trying to like rear off, but you think it's the same, like you having your shirt off in a music video versus, a woman revealing herself and whether she going to a party or whatever. You think that's the same? You think it's held the same weight?
I don't know if it's the same.
Or you just understand. So like she might be like, well, you showing your chest, well, I can't wear my shorts up high. You think that's the same? Like
I do.
You think it's the same?
I do.
I just wanted to, because I don't. You're not wrong though, because I understand the logic behind it. It's like you can do it.
Yeah.
That's a double standard.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked.
Yeah.
Because, you might think, bro, it's just my shirt. I ain't showing my private.
Yeah.
You feel me? I ain't, But she might be like, well, I ain't showing my private, but you showing you showing skin. So she might say, you showing skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's just like growing up. I mean, I don't know how like y'all was like, but if I got company or people in the house, I tell my son, put a shirt on.
Yeah. That's respect.
Yeah.
That's respect.
You also gotta think it's like you looking at it from a man. I got my shirt off, it ain't nothing. But to a girl, you feel me? She might like that. So you see the next girl, you see his chest? Okay, he got his little whatever.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when the nigga see go, damn, she got that, you know what I mean? So it's like, my eyes is the same.
I get it. So what now? But then it comes to the aspect of protection.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, man, you ain't really got to worry about, shorty just jumping on your back with your shirt off if you outside versus a dude following you because you revealing yourself.
Yeah.
That's why I asked. I'm not saying I disagree. I was just wondering what y'all thought about that. Because even if you outside, you hooping with your shirt off, you ain't really, you're not just trying to show your shirt off, show your chest off just to do it. You might just
That's a little different. You hooping, but if you just walk around and it's a crowd and it's like,
I respect that. I respect that. So it's on the occasion. It just depends on the situation.
It's like for me though, when it comes to my girl and how she dressed now, like I won't say like too revealing, but I'm not too tripping on it. Like she's the one who's like, you know what I mean? Like, cause the way I see it, your loyalty lies with me. If another nigga comes up to you and holler at you, now this is not no creep Tom trying to do something to her. That's a whole different side. Like if a man walk up to her and try to holler, it's like, I expect you to shut him down. Because I know you look good. You know what I mean? So I know the next man know you look good. Right. And at the end of the game, at the end of the day, I'm not going to blame another man for trying to play the game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I got no loyalty to him. You know, it's all up to my girl. She's supposed to handle that. Now, for the protection part, I let my girl, I'm less like hard on it when I'm with her. You know what I mean? If I'm with her, rock out. Wear what you want to wear. With you. But when I'm not, it's kind of like, okay, this is what you're wearing. But she, in her mind, like, when I'm not there, she knows. Yeah, she's like, you know, let me dress a certain way. I don't want to wear this because it's too whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for that. But at the same time, like, I'm just a little bit more relaxed with that. Because as long as you do right by me, I'm cool and fuck that other nigga. You know what I mean? I have no problems, not a creeps. You know, we just got something in the bag to handle that. You know what I mean? You have to for your protection. For sure. I definitely understand that.
Okay, moving on to the next topic, and I'm interested about this one is the gifts that women give to their men versus the gifts that men give to their women. And so I think, like, you know, for instance, like Father's Day and Mother's Day, like those 2 days, I don't even think Father's Day is a real thing anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah. So do you think that there is a big difference, and why, and how do you kind of react on that or deal with that?
I think it's a difference like amongst the world. Like in my house, it's not like it's reciprocated. Like she want more for me than she want me to do for her. Yeah. So like I be stressing myself like, yo, what I gotta get her this, get her that, and we done been together long enough. I done got her all I can get her right now. But I still, you know what I mean, still give her stuff from, you know what I mean, from the heart though. Like, and she real simple, so like she be wanting to go away for a couple of days. Like she be wanting to get away from the kid. She not real materialistic. So for me, like it's a lot easier for me. And I'm not saying I'm like glad that it's quote unquote easier for me. It's just, I'm just blessed that she value other things more, and that make me want to do more for her. So like with her, she know me, I'm real simple too. Like I hoop, so she'll give me some shoes, or she'll buy me some headphones, buy me, you know what I mean, 2K or something like that. So like that's why I said like in the world it's probably different, because like you said, fathers, they don't get the same love. It never really did, but now it's starting to become like a thing. Like, you know how now everything is a back and forth, or it's an argument now. Everything is like side versus side now. So like I get it, but you know what I mean, I'll say for me, like it's just the same for me.
Yeah. What about you, Ms. Ivy?
I feel like has caused some arguments in my house in the past. The fact that I'm difficult to fight for, because I identify a lot with your wife. I don't want you to go get me a piece of jewelry. Like I don't need anything too expensive. I just want us to go get ice cream, or like go buy me some plants for the yard. And my husband's like, you never tell me what you want, so I feel like I'm not doing a good job getting you stuff. But I was brought up like, you don't say what you want, you don't ask for nothing. Like, and so I don't do a very good job verbalizing. But my husband, he'll be like, damn, like I really like that. Like, I wouldn't mind having one of them. Like, he's more open about it. So I feel like I always get him like bomb ass gifts. Like I'm good at it. I'm toxic. But like, he's like, you kind of take that for me because I don't know what to get you. So that can be tough. But I think gift giving, like you've got it figured out. Sometimes it's not a material thing. You can go to the store and buy it. It's like opportunities. Like it's time away from the kids, or here, but let's all go out to eat, or here's this thing around the house we want to do. Let's tackle this project. So I think it's just really knowing who you're with and knowing what they really want. It's not, and understanding it's not always something you can swipe a card and buy.
What about you, Elijah?
I ain't really big on gifts. She not needed for one, we don't even celebrate holidays. You feel me? So for the party, we both ain't big on gifts I mean, if I want to see something and shit, like I just, you feel me, see on her Facebook or something for real, she'll share something like, oh, I can think of it. I'm like, oh, okay, she want this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find this, you feel me, as you want, but she don't really be wanting none either. And like, I always say, you feel me, like, me growing up, you feel me, like, was shaped how I am, you feel me, like, if you notice, like, most dudes, they don't really care for it, like, certain stuff just don't hit, you feel like the same like it might do for somebody else. So it's like me, like birthdays, I never really wanted stuff growing up for my birthday, for real. But like my mom always said that shit, like, you really just want money. You feel me, like that's it for real, but I never really cared for a lot of stuff for real like that. So as I got older, you feel like it really don't really mean much for real. Just me just being alive, you feel like it's everything, so I really don't be wanting much. For real, you feel me, like I don't ask for a lot either. So yeah, not really up for real.
I mean, I feel like, it can be a difference. I don't know. I love gift giving.
Yeah.
And I'm the type that I like to pay attention to what you like to do, what you like to wear. Mm-hmm. You know, so I like to do stuff like that. I know you're going to use, because I don't want to give you dumb. I'm going to buy you something you're going to wear or do, you know, even if it's underwear, you know what I mean? Your favorite kind of underwear, I'm going to get that. But I don't know. I think it just depends. But the whole Mother's Day or Father's Day thing, I'm big on that. I'm big on the holidays. So I feel like I try to make sure my kids, if it's nothing but a card, I make sure they try to do something for their dad. If it's little, because I love my dad.
I understand that like holidays mean different things to people. Like really showed after we had our first child, like Father's Day. Father's Day had always been tough for my husband. Just because he hides it well. But I think deep down he resents the fact that the father he had just wasn't around. And so Father's Day for him, he's really had to learn how to shift his focus from trying to be the dad that he deserved as a child and focusing on our kids and reinventing it. And he's getting a lot better. I used to always prepare myself for like knowing he was going to be different on Father's Day. It's like a weight. Yeah. And then it's getting better.
Well, that's good. Yeah, you can balance that out, you know, because us as women, sometimes we see that. So we prepare that. So we like, all right, we already know. So we prepare for anything. Yeah. If it goes left. Yeah.
I think I resonate with you. Like something I do, like I have a whole note. It's not just for my girls, for everybody. Like every time somebody say something, my mom's like, well, I want that walking treadmill because I work out at home. It goes into the note. And that anytime Mother's Day come up, because I be forgetting. I forget all the time. And people always say something, I want this, I want that. I even got it for myself. So I'm like, shoot, I want some stuff too. Because people ask me what you want for Christmas, I don't know. It's like some underwear. That's what I need to get. They get lost in the dry. I don't know. But I do think, y'all also keep it, because we get some crazy people in here, because I think most people, they're more self-centered, but I think everybody here, they're just more so about their other person.
Yeah.
That's love.
I'm bad on remembrance too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'll be like the weekend of, and I'll be feeling bad. I'm like, yo, she's such a great like wife and person. I'm like, yo, I know she don't want nothing, but I'm not gonna feel right if I just give her nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? She won't tell me. She's like, it's okay, I don't need nothing. I'm like, yo, it's it's not the point. Like, bro, we don't necessarily celebrate holidays. We celebrate each other. Like, we celebrate family. Like, I call every holiday family day.
Yeah.
You know, so that's because it's not like it used to be. Yeah. Like, so, like, even my little brothers and stuff, like, they be like, bro, we don't even feel like Christmas. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
every year I feel like
it's not the same. Like, growing up, I couldn't wait to wake up. Even if I didn't get everything I wanted, it was just, it felt like a different, like, time in the world, in the place. Like, everybody around the world celebrated Christmas. Like, that's how I felt now. And it might be sunny outside, ain't no snow, no nothing. So it's just, it's not the same feel. But like even growing up, I probably did, but I can't remember saying Happy Father's Day. I had my pops, but it wasn't like as big a deal as Happy Mother's Day. Like you went to go find your mom, tell her Happy Mother's Day. Like that was just like mandatory.
Right.
But you know, at least it's being brought up, man. Like, and we can start acknowledging the Father's Day a little bit more. But still, shout out to the mothers for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it is important. Like this year, we had a barbecue for all the fathers, and it's because like my aunt, she's like, look, like we got to celebrate them because you know they are present. Like how many people that that they people not present, or they might have just passed on. But so I think that is important. But yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know on Father's Day, but I'm gonna keep it serious. Like I don't know what day it is. Pretty sure it's in April, but
You said April?
I think
It's true. See?
I know it's after Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day in May. Yeah,
Your mother did come first. Yeah. Well,
I don't really like. I grew up without my father, so like that's that. But like, even when my step pops came into my life, like it wasn't really nothing for real. Like, never celebrated it, never cared for it, to be honest. But even gift giving, like my mom told me stories. My dad used to be romantic, but that's because he'd fuck up. So then he'd have to do some shit to make up for it. But
So that takes the meaning away.
Yeah, most definitely. It's not genuine.
Yeah, you're only doing this because you're trying to make up for what you did wrong.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just feel like I've always felt like that though. Like a lot of because there's a lot of deadbeat dads out there. Yeah. Like all dads kind of take a punch in the gut for it. You know what I mean?
Not all, but most of them.
Well, yeah, when most people generalize, you know what I mean? Most people will say niggas ain't shit. Niggas ain't good fathers. Now, there is amazing fathers out there, you know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, a lot of fathers are usually speaked about in a negative connotation versus the mothers who's in a positive light. So it kind of reflects, you know what I mean?
But it's some deadbeat moms out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm seeing a shift. It's almost more 50-50 now.
It is.
I have a lot of students where dad has sole custody and mom's out of the picture, and it's it's definitely been a shift, I would say, the last 5-10 years. I've been educated. I'm going to start year 18 education. It shouldn't, mother, father, both should come to, but I know, I'll be sitting there and I feel like, as a mother, there's no way that I could not be in my kid's lives. And I think, a dude should be feeling the same way. This is my kids. I need to be, these are my kids. Right. You know, but I definitely think you're right. We're shifting more and more where it's a 50-50 split.
So outside of the men who had, it's out of their control that can't be there, you know what I mean? It was usually just deadbeat dads. So now adding deadbeat moms to it, it's worse. For everybody, and they usually say the worse for it get better. So I mean, I guess it's kind of I don't know, because they say that nothing in the world. What's the saying? Everything is been around here before. I can't think of the saying, but
nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, nothing new under the sun. Yeah, so basically, it's coming back around, just even how everybody. Now skinny clothes, now the baggy jeans, starting the shorts coming out, so everything gonna come back into full circle into place it's supposed to. Yeah. So I guess that's the only way, the best way to look at it is it's it's gonna be a shift, and we gotta get through the hard times before it get better. But
it's just sad.
It is sad for sure.
Stressing who hurt.
Oh no, my father not being in my life, I always played strong for my little sister, you know what I mean? I made it seem like it wasn't really affecting, and it was easy for her to be you know what, that's cool, you know what I mean? You cool, I'm cool, we're gonna thug it out together. But I feel like mother or father, I feel like some people will say it's more important for a mother to be in a child's life. But I don't necessarily agree. But I wouldn't say that it's more important for a father to be in a life either. I feel like when you both do it right, it's
It's not supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. When both parents are present, like that automatically gives your child privilege over so many other kids. Like I see, not don't get me wrong, there are exceptions where you got mom and dad both in the house and it is horrible.
Yeah.
But when I see kids like that have two parents in the home, automatic behavior, focus, like you got somebody rooting for you, you got somebody holding you accountable. You got people in your ear and hopefully like instilling positive things in you. Just having that presence, I definitely see a difference in kids. That's no disrespect to the single moms and dads that are holding it down and killing it. Because I have so much respect for people that are doing double duty. Because that's not fair. It's a lot for one person to carry. And that doesn't mean that like, oh, if I don't have, their father, I don't have their mom around, I'm setting my kid up for failure. Absolutely not. But yeah, I think it definitely helps.
It's tough. Like me growing up, I had both my parents. I was blessed and fortunate enough to have both of mine. And I never took it for granted, but like I grew up with most of my friends around me only had one or the other. And like that kind of like put me in a place where I'm like, man, like why do I have both my parents and they don't? So I always felt a little guilt inside, even being young, not understanding like I had nothing to do with it, but I always felt for them. So I'm like, hey, everything, like I got everything. And we still struggled at times. We didn't have everything. Like a lot of people don't know the stuff that, we had to, go through, but I'm not, I'm not saying I had it worse than nobody, because I know me personally, I probably wouldn't be here if I only had one of my parents. That's just how I look at it. So I don't think I would be strong enough or smart enough to go through life with just my mom or my dad. And I couldn't choose. I told them, I can't remember how old I was, but I said, man, if y'all ever separated, I wouldn't go with neither one of y'all because I wouldn't be able to choose. And that's just how, like, I wanted them to realize, like, man, y'all gonna have to stay together. that was my way to, put my foot down. I'm like, yo, I'm not picking either one of y'all because I could never choose. So like I said, I was blessed and fortunate, but like it always hurt me seeing a lot of my guys or even my cousins just, having their father, having their mother, because I knew they wanted what I had. And I didn't always do right by both my parents, but I wouldn't be here without them. So like that's why for me, like I'm just so grateful and just make sure I do my best to do the same for my kids and like Bro said, thug it out for them. Well,
I didn't grow up with both of my parents in the household, but they were both there. So I grew up with step parents. So how everybody asks about step parents and they all like, you can't be around my child. Like for me, I'm so open with it because I'm like, I grew up with this extended family. I got so many extended families. Yeah. It's like I feel like if you're able to co-parent and y'all can come to a good agreement for your kids, it can still work out with y'all not being in the same household. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I agree. That's where I'm at. Now, growing up, my parents were separated, but now I have step parents. And like once me and my siblings became, I have a younger brother, but before I grew up, when we became adults, like it would beef. And I said, look, y'all hurting us by not coming together. Like this petty stuff, like I get it, like, but y'all hurting us, like y'all starting our growth, and it like I don't even want to be around y'all being able to because y'all beefing, like like it's not just like y'all affecting me and my siblings, and we don't feel like we can come to y'all because you trying to compete with, my mom trying to compete with my dad trying to compete with my stepdad, my stepmom. Like it's too much. It's better if we are. But now, and I think they don't listen to me because I was 20. But now they, they got a group chat and they talk all the time and they see each other. Hey, it's kind of weird. I'm like, what's that? Just beef on that shit. But now they can go and they even got a group chat like, hey, look, like what's going on with Robby, or what do I do about this, or how do I do about that? And so even just just kind of working together, it always works better. Like it works out better like that, So I could definitely appreciate that. And even speaking on you, Trey, like I don't know how you run your house, but seeing it on social media, like the things that you took from your parents and then kind of bringing it back now into your kids, like I think that's like real awesome, and it shows how like you're definitely there for them. Even showcasing it for the world, like that's something that's real cool. That I want to give you props for that.
I appreciate that for sure. I appreciate that because even my pop's story is so like, it's so inspirational. Just off the simple fact that he lost both his parents when he was 6. Like his dad was in the military and he drowned, and his mother was sick. Like she died in the hospital, and his dad was like, I believe 23, and his mom was 22. So he told me he never even remembered telling his parents he loved them. So in my mind growing up, I can't disappoint my pops. Like even when I disobeyed and I did stuff, just growing up, smelling myself and whatnot, like I always went back. Once that emotion went down, the logic and what he was telling me, like that, I can't disrespect my dad. He didn't even have a dad. So that's another thing where I try to tell some of the youngest, because I know everybody's, story different. Everybody path ain't the same. But like I'm like, if he could make it to where he is now in life without no parents, like I know there's no excuse, So like I said, man, I appreciate that because I ain't had no choice but to do right because I had the perfect role model, and I don't say that braggadociously. Like, of course, I brag on my parents because how great they were to me, but I know somebody else didn't have that experience. So at the same time, I always kind of like try to keep it low because I never wanted nobody to feel less or like I feel like I'm better because I got both my parents. A lot of people probably
no parents. No parents.
Because a lot of people probably looked at me like I was stuck up or I was bougie, but nah. And like we didn't have everything, but we had each other. I had both my parents and I had 3 little brothers, and we slept in the same bed, the same room. So people just thought we had it all because my pops was a barber. I just kept a fresh cut. You know what I mean? They made do with what they could do. Like we got shoes and stuff here and there, but I had to split everything. And I'll never forget, I think it was like my 16th or 17th birthday, because my birthday on the 18th, right, December. So it's a week before Christmas. I already knew. They told me what birthday or Christmas, which one. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, just split it up. But I remember, I think I was 16 or 17, and I ain't really getting nothing for Christmas. I think I got like underwear, socks, and I kept it big. Like I wasn't even tripping. And that point on, I was like, you know what? I don't even care about that. Like I understand what my parents had to go through to just to satisfy us for this long, and trying to catch up off, everything. Like once I understood life and what it was, I'm like it's crazy how I was so blessed and fortunate, and that's why I gotta do right by my parents and do the same they did for me, for sure.
Right. It was always clear they cared about each other and about you all very much, and I saw that like what an advantage it is. Not giving up. It's not easy. Staying married is not easy. So I respect that for them. If they gave you all a gift, priceless gift.
Oh, now we're going to the next topic after this. Lord. Well, the next topic is the difference between the way that men's and women's body culture. I guess I'll just ask, like, what is your perspective on? Like, is there a difference? Is it the same?
I mean, this is tough, but I feel. This is tough because I feel like everybody has their different situations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you're young, you might have had a little some years, some days where you might have just you had to grow up. Yeah. So you know what I mean? Do you really count all of them? Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's tough for me. I just feel like it could be a red flag when a man got a high body count. I mean, you clean. You know what I mean? At that point, and I feel like that could be the same way for a female, because if you see a female and she done mess with Johnny, Jim, Joe, you like, girl, please, are you clean? Yeah. So I just feel like everybody's situation is different, but I feel like there is no difference if it's a man or a woman. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like that's the difference.
Okay. Well, I mean, I kind of do, only in this aspect. Because you right about the clean part, because he could have something and she could have something. But the only thing is, like, just from growing up, just being young, being around boys, and just knowing how dudes think from a young age, I've never really seen or heard of women or girls, because they might, you know what I mean, it could be either one, caring about how much a dude has done it or who he has sleep with, versus a dude seeing like, man, she been with him. I think
That's very true.
that's the only difference, I think, because now, like, if you on his arm and everybody know what he done did in school, he gonna get shunned for that. Like, he gonna get looked down upon, you know what I mean, for that. But if everybody seen her, you was with him last week at the locker, and now you in the car with him, or versus. So now it's like, it's a little different from that aspect. That's the only thing. But when it comes to the cleanliness or the lack thereof, that's when I don't think it's no difference. But other than that's the only thing I gotta say.
Okay, I can agree with that, because, we ain't worried about body.
You know what I mean? Especially if he, I mean, I'm not talking down on women at all, but if he pull up in something, or he hop out with something on him, and she not asking no questions. So, I mean, she not caring. Like, she probably already know he got bodies.
He the man.
He the man.
You feel me? Like, damn, you the man. You feel like
But to
other
me, that's the red flag.
Yeah.
It would be.
Because I feel like if you too flashy, you too red flag. I already know he got 5 girls in the inbox training.
Or what if he just hop out with something simple, but he clean, he carry himself
I'm
well?
going over there.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
going over there.
But you might feel that, like, yo,
I want simple.
yeah, so like you might want that, and then it might be other type of, you know what I mean, women who like, they really at him.
Yeah.
And he like, you know what I mean, and it's just, it's different, you know what I mean? I just think when a dude got it like that, he don't even gotta flash it.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell.
Yeah.
But if a girl, she might be considered bad, but everybody, you know what I mean, knows something about her, and they just carry more weight. That's the only thing I would say about that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I had this discussion, like, when my students got on this track one day about how it's like a double standard, because I forget which kid said they heard somebody say, a key that can open many locks is a good key. And a lock that can be opened by many keys is not a good lock.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that's a really good metaphor. Today we'll learn about metaphor. But I'm like, in society, that's kind of the way it's is it right?
It's not, because I tell my son, don't be no hoe. Don't.
And even,
You know?
and even going back to the key that you said that can be opened by a lot of keys, and get to a point where you don't need a key no more.
Yeah.
It might stay, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, you know, that's the difference I see in it for.
Yes.
That's the only difference.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't care, because I
It's
mean,
before you.
yeah, and like, if we're going to the extreme, like, obviously I don't want no hoe, but
Right.
if we're just, taking the extreme out of it, like, personally, it doesn't matter to me, and that's not even something I really think about, nor do I want to think about it, because I don't want to think about who you've been with. Like, I got too many insecurities for all that, like, but if I'm taking out me caring or not caring, I feel like the reason why it's looked at as different is because
They feel women should have more respect for their bodies.
yeah, or I think the access, like, I think it's looked at as it's easier for a woman to get a guy than it is for a guy to get a woman, unless they're a high value man. Like, if you're a regular guy, and pretty, not to discriminate, but more younger women, like, they're looking at, if it's, like, if I walk into the mall, I mean, I got it on right now. But, like, 9 times out of 10, you might just look, you're not going. But if a fine girl walked through the mall, every dude and their brother is trying to walk up to her. And I think they look at it like, well, you don't get credit for something that's easy. Mm-hmm. Do I feel like that's right? I mean, I don't think that's fair. But that's just, I feel like that's why the world looks at it like that, because it's easier for a woman. Like, I was telling my sister, you gotta figure out a new favorite color to talk to him. You know, I gotta figure out your favorite color. You want your nails done, you want your hair done, we gotta go out to eat, then we gotta watch the movie, and like
It's a lot of checkpoint.
yeah, there's a lot of things I gotta do to even for you to even consider, you know, doing all of that. So I think that's why the world looks at it like that. The difference of how to get to where you're trying to get. You know, that's why it's like, well, dang, no, you know, but.
No, you might not even got asked to do like that for real.
I say you probably don't.
You could walk up if the right girl walk up to a dude. All she gotta do is shake your hand, and you feel me? It don't take nothing.
No, it don't.
It don't take much at all.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I don't really care about like body counts. Like, I got a history myself, so I ain't gonna judge you for yours. The whole cleanliness, like, you know, that's a big thing for me. I'm actually very scared of that. So, you know, but once we get past that point, I ain't gonna be mad at a little experience, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna trip about it. Other than that, though, I feel like in society's eyes, though, it is like that, and I do feel like it's fucked up. I feel like that's one thing for sure that is a big double standard. Like, this guy can go crush as many girls as he wants to, come back and he get praised. You know, let the girl do it about half of that, and you know, she's the biggest whore. She's the whatever. And I feel like it shouldn't be like that, and it sucks that it is. But like, I feel like it's just one of those situations where you just drew the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? I feel like as men, there's a lot of situations that's unfair, but you just draw the short end of the stick. And that just happens to be one for females, and it's like, it sucks, but
Me personally, I'll be lying if I said I didn't care if it came to a person that I want to be with. I'll be lying if I said I didn't care at all.
So was that a conversation that you had? How many body counts you got, baby?
We talked about it, but I don't remember how it came about. And you know what I mean, at the end of the day, like, whatever she say that number is, you gotta take her word for it, unless you know more than she's saying. So it was like, you know what I mean, I ain't gonna disclose no information like that. Like, I mean, I say I was kind of lucky in a sense, but even still, even if you had one, I'm still like, man, how this nigga? I can't.
That's what I'm saying. So your mind, if it got you like that, why even ask or worry about the number?
It's just for me, it's just natural, because I'm like, yo, like, I'm not, it's not saying you gotta be perfect, because I ain't perfect, but.
So what if she said a number that she was like, oh, shoot.
I'd have
been like, baby, I don't know.
Because see, now I'd have been like thinking, because I'll be scared. Because now, I like I said, when we first started talking, you know what I mean, she showed me how much attention she was getting. But the fact that she showed me kind of like, you know what I mean, eliminated the redness in the flag, because I'm like, all right, if you was really going like that, you wouldn't be showing me. Or you would have made it seem like your DM's clean. You know what I mean? So the fact that you showed me and I know him and you told me, and I'm like, okay, all right, I can move forward. But at the same time, it was such a number that I had to respect. It wasn't like crazy at all. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, well, it was only that. It's so okay. All right. I had to get past that, but that's, you know what I mean? I'll be lying, like I was saying, like bro said, like I got insecurities too, and it ain't even about like what the dude and nothing about him. It's just like how the devil play tricks on your mind, make you think like, man, what if she try to go back to him, or what if she still in the field, like all it take for her to get mad one time, and you feel me, who still got that spare key, like all those things play in your mind. Like I say my mind it did, but you know what I mean, like I'm past that now, so now body count don't even matter to me. I mean, it's my body.
That's nice.
I feel like for the shorties too, like when they come to that, you feel me, like I feel like they gotta like the dude. So it's like, damn, you like that many dudes?
That's a no, because she could have had a period in her young life where she was just wild and free, especially when females are like sheltered. And I'm really big on this. Don't shelter your children to the point where once they turn 18 and get that little bit of freedom, it's gone. It's gone. So then they have to go through this phase where they have to be like, dang, And then, during that phase, it might have just was free.
Yeah.
But, they don't make her a whore because she had to read back and say, oh man, this ain't really what I want to do. This ain't really what I want to live.
Right.
I just got free because I was so sheltered.
And it's also, so I just think about how many you tied to the soul ties.
That matters. How many you soul ties to?
Complicated soul ties.
You don't?
Promise you.
I'm a little opposite on that. Only because we spiritual beings.
Yeah.
So once two spirits connect, it's deeper than we think. That's just my perspective on it. Like, because if you look at if you laying with somebody, as soon as you see that person, whether it be out in public or not, that's one of the first things gonna pop up in your mind. Like what y'all done did. You might not see them in years, or that accident they got to you. You might have been man, she was crazy, but that night was crazy. And you might, and it's always how the devil works. It hits you at a time where you might be low, you might be mad, and she just pop up out of nowhere. And she got more control than you think. Yeah. Just because of that instance right there. So me personally, I do believe it is real. I believe it's real. I don't know. I just think because that spirit realm it's real. It don't get talked about enough when it comes to the sex or aspect of life, because people think it's just physical. It's just deeper than rap. Way deeper. It's deeper than rap.
I think something that you were talking about is what's your name again? I'm sorry.
Sheila.
Okay. All right. So Sheila, something you were talking about is it's that moment. I had a moment where I got my heart broke. And so then it was advising me look, to cleanse your heart. You gotta run through all these girls, and that's what I did. And and now I'm looking back at it that actually was one of the moments that kind of helped me figure out this is not what I want. I don't want a bunch of girls. I don't need me a roster. I want my one. I want that same person I come to every night. I want to share my moments with. I want to go old with and all of that. And so I feel it didn't have to be like that. But I'm thankful that I did go through that moment of doing all those different types of things, because it helped me realize it's not for me. It sounds fun, it's all the music, it's oh yeah, this was cool, but that's not who I am. I'm not that type of guy where I need a whole bunch of girls. First of all, it's too much. I don't got that much money yet. Spending on all these people. I don't got the brain capacity to be talking to all these different people. I done called you this girl name, and I don't got it.
And now it's different, how you spoke on the technology era. I think when I grew up on the cusp of the technology era, so I still got my roots. I remember I had Virgin mobile phone. I had no minutes. Yeah. You feel me? We was riding around on bikes with no minutes.
I had kids.
You feel me? Yes. So it was it was different. We ain't had the same access to girls like that unless you lived in a apartment complex and you had you feel me? It was just too much. It was different. It was organic back then. It was frowned upon for a girl to be, out there like that, even whether it be pictures and stuff. Man, it's going around the whole school, man.
Yeah.
Man, it was like that. Now they get paid for it. So it's different now. So that's why I think it's kind of it's more, I think it matters a little more only because just that in itself, you don't know who you can really trust. It's hard, bro. It's hard to find somebody you can really.
At the same time, technology come in handy now. You want to research somebody and figure out who it really is.
Yeah, that too.
Get on there.
It's pros and cons. Everything. Yeah.
But back to soul ties though. Yeah, I did ask, I'm not trying to step on nobody's opinion, you know what I mean? But, matter of fact, it wasn't until I was talking to a pastor for real. Matter of fact, Pastor 10, when he was telling me about soul ties, I even told him, I don't believe in that. People be like, yeah, you connected where? I don't feel this connection y'all talking about. But it's also, in my mindset, I already knew I wasn't about to be attached in any type of way. I got my heart broke, ran with it, you feel me? So after that, it was the way my mindset was, there's no way I can be attached. I could have been with you last night. I see you the next morning, and I'm gonna walk past you I never spoke to you. That's just who I was, you know what I mean? It was there was no connection. I didn't feel no nothing for nobody. Now, with my girl now, I feel like I'm connected to her. And I can't necessarily be like, no, but like, about the soul time. But for me, she's also like the love I have for her ain't been with nobody else. So it's like, I blame it on that. Now, could it be soul ties? Who knows? You know what I mean? But like, personally, that whole like, if you know, have intercourse with a girl, and now y'all connected for whatever, y'all demon just cropped on, get out of here.
I get what you're saying and that's where it comes like back to that double standard where people think dudes can just run through girls and it be okay and girls can't for that reason because you might not care. You might just, it could have been one night thing. You weren't even planning on being here the next day, but she might still have that, she's still carrying that because what they say is it's like, she take on what you got, and you might take on one thing. You might not even notice it for real, or you might not because also you the giver too. So it could be a different level of emotion behind that because she taking on that. You know what I mean? So that it could be that too. And then like you said, once you find somebody you truly in love with, you fall in that like. That's when the soul tie really you start to feel that because now you like, man, if this go, I know I'm gonna be hurt. It's gonna be different because it's that oneness that we was talking about. So I think it's just levels to it. I get what you're saying though for sure.
You could have been her touch. Honestly, she could have liked you. You feel and got tired of you, but the whole time you feel like you didn't feel the same way. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. You feel me? Now she like,
I was kept to the buck. Like if I wasn't the top. I don't like long, so there was no me playing your emotions to get to you. You feel me? It was straight up. Yeah, this is what it is, and please don't think that it's gonna be that. Like, I was very, like, blunt with it, to be honest. So, like, now, there was some girls, you know, who ended up catching feelings, and it's like, well, you guys know, you know, yeah, for real, but I always kept it a buck. So, I can understand, though, things change, you know what I mean? You can have a mutual agreement that, hey, this is just what it is, you know what I mean? And as time goes on, you catch a vibe, you know what I mean, and all that. So, I can understand that. I can understand how you say that.
It's crazy because my best friend, she made me look at things different. Because I used to be there. I'm like, man, I'm blunt with him. Like, I would tell him, like, yo, you feel me, ain't gonna be there. But my best friend had me, she had to look at it different. She was like, yo, like, even though you being real with her, that don't make it right. Because if you know they emotional creatures. You feel me? So at the end of the day, you feel like she can say like, oh, I already know you feel me what it is, blah, blah, blah. But she still can't control that emotions. So if you know you feel me like she still won't catch those feelings, and you know you don't want nothing more with her, why still do it?
Because some women love blunt.
That's all I already said. That realness, she might be like, oh, the fact that he real, and it make it.
And then they can change it too. Like I had somebody tell me that, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, yeah, I thought I could change your mentality. You feel me? But when I'm thinking something, this is what I already thought. But when she told me that, you feel me? I'm like, dang, you feel me? Like, yo, I'm just as wrong, you feel me, honestly, because I didn't want nothing. You feel me? I didn't want nothing with you for real. Like, even no matter how real I was with you. You feel me? So it's like, yeah.
I think with the soul ties, it's not just having sex, it's the sex with the intimacy. Once you mix those two things, because like it's the intimacy, you sharing those moments with somebody, you connecting with them, and then your heart's connected before y'all even are having sex. Because oh man, like this person really cares about me. He remembered my favorite color. He remembered what I told him about my dad. He remembered all these different moments, and then you lock it in with that. Like if it's just sex, like that's what it is. Then it's like I can see, you know what I mean. But when it starts with you building this connection, you building that bond. That's why it's a soul tie, because you're tying that together with all those moments and that love.
Yeah. You never know what that person's going through. Yeah. That could be like at they low, you feel me? Like, and you doing that, so they confusing lust with love. You feel me? At the end of the day, for real, you feel me? So they not even understanding the truth for real. Like, you two different things in the moment. You don't know that much. You feel me? They know that, like, oh, this person, you feel me, must feel some way towards me. You feel me? I want it. And they love this feeling. It's just like, you feel me, somebody taking, you feel me, a first drug. You feel me? Like, it's just that addiction. You feel me?
Yeah, feel that. So, I guess I was just fucked up nigga.
I didn't know either. Like, I didn't know until, like, I learned that for real.
Growing pains.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Man, like that's not. I never thought about it in that. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole this is what you say, but like the emotions are still there, and then that goes way back to the logic because logic versus emotion. Logically, I told you what
I told you the truth.
You know what I mean? I told you this is what we're gonna do, and this is what it's not gonna do. But emotionally, you know what I mean? You come in between, and it's like, well, yeah, that's what you said, but this is what I want.
Yeah.
You know, and in those situations, I could have been more understanding. Instead of kicking to the curb, you know what I mean? But the man I am now, I still feel like I move the same but different. I feel like I move the same but in a more mature way, you know what I mean? Because I'm still with the kick to the curb, you feel me? But I'm a little bit more patient and understanding with things, you know what I mean? So you putting it like that in that light, I can understand it more. You talking about the soul ties with the intimacy, I can understand that because there was no intimacy. You know what I mean? It was strictly business. After that, I'm gone. You might as well pay me for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm there, I'm out. It's whatever. But I can understand that because, you know, the girl I'm with now, there is that intimacy, there is that bond we created before we even did anything sexual. You know what I mean? So, like, I could completely understand that. So, in that sense, I can understand that, but even with that, I felt connected to her without doing anything sexual. So in that case, soul ties to me is that bond. Sexual ain't no got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's a bond, literally. That bond. That's all it is.
We just talk about sexual, but there's many soul ties. You know, you got to, like you said, that's a soul tie before you even put the sex in. That's sexual.
I'm getting right.
Just basically a spiritual bond. That's really it. You know what I mean? But for sure, if you connect with on the intimacy before the sexual level, it's definitely gonna be real. Like, because that's how y'all. You know what I mean? You know, you ain't even here for that,
Right.
But that's gonna make it that much better, especially. Yeah, what's the next topic?
Well, the next topic is how do you feel about checking your partner's phone?
I mean, like checking it or just able to go in.
Yeah, so
I think that's a difference because I'm not a phone checker. Just going in, just like checking. No, I've done it. No, I won't do it again. But if I'm able to pick up your phone if it ring or go in it.
Well, why won't you do that again?
Nah, cause I'm big on when you go looking for things, you gonna find what you're looking for. It may be more, so don't even go looking for it. Because one thing I know about God, He gonna bring it to your attention. He gonna lay it right there. You ain't even got it. He gonna lay it. Yeah, you ain't gotta go looking for it. So I don't do that no more.
I ain't gonna lie, I might look like once or twice in my life, but I ain't really find nothing because I wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, and I'm sure she looked at my phone, but we got the same password for our phone, like, so we cool. Like I said, we locked in, like, you know what I mean? Like this a while ago, like earlier today, I took a nap and I woke up and she like, let me see your phone. I need to do ChatGPT for something. Because she had ran out asking questions, so I'm like, go ahead. I'm dozing off. Well, look, where's my phone? Like, oh, she shut out my phone. I'm not go back to sleep. You know what I mean? So it's like once you can really trust somebody and they can trust you like that deep. Because taking somebody's phone in this day and age, like that's blasphemy to most people. What you need my phone for? Like, and that can start up a whole different, you know what I mean, situation and relationships for real, just off the phone alone. So, like, I think, and it just brings security to the situation when she know, like I don't gotta look through his phone, like, because he know I got his phone if I want to. So like, and now, like, it's a good feeling because I ain't gonna lie, like it was when I was younger in our relationship. Like at first it started off perfect until I made my first mistake. Then after that, now it's like I started to see a little different side of her. I'm like, hold on, like now that. Please don't leave. Go ahead. That's a little different. It hit a little different. So I said, I gotta tighten up. And I mean, that phone to do it. And once I started to like really like hone in and lock in on like me and her, like it's the best phone in the world. I don't got no worries. Like you can go through every phone, every app, anything, wherever you want, and I'm at peace. I'm cool. Like so now we smooth.
I feel like if you have to go check through your significant other's phone, then why y'all together? Period. Like, why, if you have to do that, y'all don't need to be together. Nope. Nope.
Yeah, we don't break telephones.
But is it, if your phone rings, is she okay? She can pick it up?
Yeah, because most likely it's probably him. It's him or my mom or her, or something like that. For real.
Where he called me the other day.
She picked up.
Talking about, yo. I'm like, who that? She's like, it's YJ. I said, no. Yeah, but that's a good feeling, like that trust. Like, 'cause it's hard to trust. Like, especially like knowing how I am. Like, I got a big heart and like I love real. So once that once my heart felt that first little pain, like I ain't, you don't get half a chance with me.
Yeah.
So like the Grinch.
Man, I'm telling you. and like she knew that too. She was like, and then like I said, I'm real simple. Like I don't ask for much, but that trust and loyalty and honesty, like and respect, like that's big. And just like being able to like just, I mean, if you want to check my phone, you can look. I'll show you.
Looking and checking is different.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Autumn?
Never felt a need, and he hasn't either, to go through friends. Don't get me wrong, we've had our struggles as a married couple, but that's one we haven't had. I know if I check his DMs, there's just a bunch of dudes from Facebook Marketplace trying to sell him stuff. That's all it is. If he's on his phone, he's on Marketplace, and if he ain't home, he's working. Like, and he knows the same thing with me. And like, I am friends with some of my coworkers. So like me and Blanche from her, like we're cool. Yeah. And our kids go to the same daycare, stuff like that. And my husband knows that he and I like sometimes have to text about like what's the spirit in or something. But I always loop him in or whatever. And it's never like I'm hiding something. I mean, I saw infidelity like throw a grenade in my parents' marriage, and if their cell phones had been around, like I shudder to think what my mom would have found, because it just made it so easy. But yeah, never felt a need to go through his, and he's never felt a need to go through mine. So it's a good, like you said, it's a good feeling to have.
Yeah. Cheated.
What's matter?
Honestly, I feel like one, I got trust issues. That's off rip. I done been through some crazy things. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm one. I will check that phone, but at the same time, my phone is in her hand whenever. Let me check this or let me do this. I can give her my phone and leave for the whole day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Come back like I'm not hiding nothing. There's nothing for me to hide. And at the same time, in my past relationships where I thought there's nothing going on, there's no need for me to check. I'm the biggest fool ever. So now it's like if I get a little feeling, you know, I mean, I like do it aggressively or even go in there thinking like, oh, I'm gonna find something. But it's just like for my feelings, my emotions, you know, just do a little quick 1, 2, quick. Nothing too crazy.
So, I was just like, so where you go first? I just couldn't see where you go first.
Where do I go first?
What's the routine?
Social media, that's where I go. So I check the social medias, you know, the DMs.
The followers, everything.
Honestly, I don't even go that deep into it.
No.
Like, I trust y'all.
Just a little breeze through.
Slow. Okay, to the left, to the right. Everything to keep that
clean.
But other than that, like, I'm not into it where I'm like, I don't even check her recently deleted. It's like, it's just like, cause.
Yeah, that's true. That's, if you guys search all in the recent deleted, it's like,
that's the thing.
Where you go in the search bar and the messages, you type certain keywords to see what pop up. Yeah.
I can do all of that.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, I was slimed up. Never again. I swore on it.
Nah, I get that. I get that. That'll scar you.
Oh yeah, bro. But like, I trust her. I do, but I still have trust issues. Like, my mom can tell me something, and I still might doubt it. That's my mom. Shit, I might see something with my eyes, and I still doubt it.
Slap my son in the back of his head if I said that. Yes.
Oh, nah, but I mean, at the same time, I don't forget. So at the same time where I'm like, my mom would tell me something, my mom's lied to me before.
Oh.
You feel me? And it's like,
Okay.
people that I have like trusted 100% has thrown me off in all type of ways. So it's like, I don't trust shit. I could be around the corner, I'm still paranoid. Like, I just don't trust nothing for real. I take your word, and I take that with a grain of salt, but like, I barely trust what I see with my own eyes, because my own eyes feel good for it. You know what I mean? So I'm very like, I got adamant on that. You trust me? Yeah, I do. But then, I'm not gonna lie, you feel me? Like, if someone said, yo, Robby did this, I'd be like, nah. But in the back of my mind, there's a possibility, because anything's possible. Man, Jesus walked on water, cuz anything's possible. So I'm not putting it past nobody.
Yeah, see, like my mom. Let's see, like the way you brought that up, I'm thinking like if somebody say why this something. First, I'm like, man, you can't tell me I'm not my brother. I'm gonna talk to my brother first. That's how I'm gonna play it, because if I just smooth believe on it, I'm just like, I ain't really had that trust. Yeah, you feel me? Like I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt.
Verify.
Yeah, because the whole time you've been loyal, you've been real with me, so I gotta give you that. That's the least I could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now if something happens, then it's like, then that's when it's like that. Like now I got a question. I saw something, a pastor basically said, he said you want your character to speak for you. Like you shouldn't even have to swear to God. Yeah. Like people should just believe your word just because how real you is. Yeah. And not take pride in that. Like I take outside of what God wants for me to do in my life, but I take being real more serious than anything. You know what I mean? So, like, I understand the trust, the trust issues in this world, because it's hard to trust. Like you say, you can't even believe what you see. AI going crazy. Like, AI
Crazy. Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, if you see me on social media, doing something it ain't me. I didn't do it. So, like, but nah, I get it, though. The trust is just thin, but I only trust a few people like that. For sure.
I think going off the trust, that kind of goes into my point on the phones. I think for me, just ask, like we're adults. We can have a conversation, and Soldier gonna say it. I know people lie. I know, right? Yeah. But like, I think that's how you build that bond. Like, and even in a situation where, let's say, if my girl's coming into it and she has insecurities, I'm okay in the beginning. Like, you want to see the phone so that I can kind of give you some reassurance to kind of ease your mind, so that you can build that trust. That's fine. But it gets to a certain point where it's like, let's just talk about it. Like, ask. If you think there's something wrong, ask me. Like, we should have built that trust up enough that even if you're doubting, you can trust and you can know that I'm being real with you. And then if it's like, if you want to go through it, fine. But don't just do it while I'm asleep. Ask me, hey, babe, can I see you? Go ahead. You want a password? It's do. You know what I mean? There you go. But I feel like that's how we build that trust, especially if we're talking about marriage, like as partners, like this is a lifelong thing. You need to be able to trust me, and I need to be able to trust you, or how we gonna make it. So I feel like it starts there with just asking, and it can be a conversation. And you can even explain, like, this is why I want to see it. And I'll be understanding, and vice versa. Like, I want to see my phone. I'm good, I'm okay. But, because like Sheila said, like, I was going to show you there's really something there. So, I trust him enough that.
You don't believe it?
Oh, no, it's not that I don't believe it, but at the same time, I believe that God also gonna give me this feeling to go check. You feel me? Yeah, that's my discernment right there. I'm gonna go check it out.
No, that's the devil. That's the devil saying, look at that phone. God gonna say, be patient.
I feel you. I feel that. I feel that. Because it's gonna hurt worse if you find what you're looking for.
Yes,
like
sir.
you said.
Yes,
like,
sir.
Like it's gonna probably hurt regardless. But the way God wanted it to be, He wanted it to be where you ain't gotta put yourself in an emotional state to do something you don't want to do. Because if you find what you're looking for, and you don't know how you gonna go, especially if you've been through it before.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree with that. Like, because you still, no matter how long you're in a marriage, like sometimes like something might just pop up in your head, like, man, let's go ahead and look just to see. So then you just gotta be like, man, you do, you don't. But I'm trying to be cool on that.